All right, hello. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Excuse me. Hello. All right. Can we talk about how wild whatever is happening at Xbox is? Failed. Failed hello. Truly, like everything, like just everything seems to be bad. Everything seems to be bad about everything that happened. I purposely ignore things about Xbox. Well, that's, I mean, that's your decision. I purposely make it into I purposely make it a point to stay as informed with industry news as I can. So that you know that the new person in charge of Xbox is a lady who loves AI and is really concerned about birth rates. And is really excited to use AI to solve birth rates. And anytime you hear anyone talk about how they're concerned about failing birth rates, you should just chalk them up as a white supremacist. Matt, she's a brown woman. Yep. Claude to me and my wife, y'all shouldn't be fucking. That's really funny. That's really... Honey, did you just get a calendar invite for fucking? I don't understand why we care so much about birth rates when we can't even take care of the people we already have. Because the people who have falling birth rates are white people. That's why. That's why. It's just part of great replacement theory. Like that's, as always, it's racism. Yeah, it's a dog whistle. It's like when people complain about falling testosterone rates. Xbox, hey, while you're waiting for the system update, if you can consider making a baby. This update will take as long as it takes one to put one in her. It's just like, that's an incredibly specific. To a lesser extent, it's also rich people who don't understand how most people can't afford to have kids right now. I mean, not no, inherently, but no. Like, probably not. Right, it's a multiple things are true. Probably, like, not no, because yeah, probably, But if you see a person on the internet who is talking about how they're concerned about falling birth rates, they are only talking about white people, and it is because they are white supremacists. Like, that is the long and the short of the cut of it. In a way that I wish, you know, a little bit, because you have a part-time job, you don't get maternity leave, and if you have a full-time job, aren't in the C-suite, you get 2 weeks. Please click this button to confirm you had sex before playing GTA 6. That's very funny. That's very funny. No one's gonna play GTA 6 then. No one's gonna play. Let's be honest though, a lot of rich white people are also white supremacists. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Like that's what I'm saying. I'm like, if you see a rich person complaining about birth rates, they're not, see, here's the thing. The reason that they're not talking about it from a extent of people are too poor to have kids is because they don't give a fuck about how poor people are. Right? That's not part of it. They're not, they don't, and it does not enter into their brain the costs of a thing, because they would need to consider other people's lived experience, and they don't do that. They don't do that. That's not part of the conversation. What they're doing is worrying about the number of whites in the country. Well, all right. One. Yeah. It's also, we need a constantly increasing birth rate to keep the line go up and make it cheaper to exploit employees. That's why you hear a lot of Republicans now talking about getting people into the workforce younger. That's why Dr. Oz Fuckface is talking about, like, yeah, we gotta get people in the workforce younger, because it makes so much more value. And not, you know, these are the things that I always say. If these motherfuckers were actually for anything that would help you, this is not how they would frame it, right? This isn't the framing that they would take. They would talk about, like, oh, hey, do you know what would help the like, if your goal was actually, ooh, Vampire's a good guess. If your goal was actually a Carnation, if your goal was actually, let's make the workforce stronger, a great goal would be to push for universal healthcare. Right? A great thing to push for would be universal healthcare. That would, by definition, bring insurance costs down. It would raise the overall healthiness of every citizen, every person who lives in the country. If we had UBI, we'd probably have more babies. Right. And so that's the thing. If they were actually concerned about population decline of just there are fewer people, and we're concerned about the knock-on effects that can have in other ways, there are good, like, positive socialist goals they could have that would get that done and have a lot of knock-on benefits, right? Man, we're worried that people aren't having as many kids as they used to. Okay. You know, what if there was free healthcare? What if you gave children free lunch at schools? You know, what if college was free? The problem with universal health care is you can't exploit workers. Right. Right, which is why they don't promote those things. Is this Carmen Sandiego? It's also usually a thing if they tag one thing that is slightly true and attach a whole other bunch of BS to it. Yep. Let's go, girls. I like that I saw a red coat and I was like, Bop it. WarioWare, move it? Smooth moves. Oh, I was close. WarioWare touched. Fuck. Twisted? That is one? Oh, I didn't know about this one. Oh, that makes sense. Rumble. I didn't know this one existed. I literally didn't know this one existed. That rules. Yes, average testosterone levels have gone down according to some early research. Those things don't mean what they say they do. Right. They go, oh, testosterone is down. That means this and 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 this. And it's like, it means like a couple of those things, and you're extrapolating in a way that you're not qualified to do because you're not a doctor. Time to have a WarioWare wheel. Listen, when I get the Iron Thor, we'll get into a lot of weird fucking handheld games. You know what I'm saying? When I get the Iron Thor, we'll get into a lot of weird handheld shit. Wow. Fuck me. Fuck me, I guess. Excuse me, I'm an honorary doctorate from Bible University. It's not Valhalla because it's not third person. Did they add breakdown yet? No. Alien Isolation is a good guess. Alien Isolation is a good guess. Okay, single player, first person. It is after 2019, so it's 2020 or closer. So it's 2020 or closer. We don't know what any of these things are. It is an action game. You would consider Alien to also be sci-fi. What are you referencing? What are you saying? What is happening? Oh, it's weird it just showed up. Oh, did it not pop up the first time? Did that icon not pop up? It's weird that it's hiding the action theme, but weird. Okay. I swear it wasn't there. Okay. Outer Worlds 2 is a guess, you know, and that's probably it's first person. Okay. 2026, single player, Unreal Engine, probably sci-fi. It's the only one that they share. Not a shooter or an RPG. Single player, sci-fi, first person. Routine's a good, no, Routine's not on here. Routine's not on here. Great guess though, failed. Quarantine Zone, probably. They add all these garbage. Yeah, fucking this. I don't like this game. I don't like this game. But that makes sense. There's a good guess, Carnation. It was a solid guess. Yeah, they can add this, but they can't add fucking routine. Yeah, it came up a little bit ago, I remember. It came up a little bit ago, and I said, I don't like it. Do you want to hear a joke? I'm sure, hit me with a joke. Hit me with it. This game leaves a bad taste in the social climate we have right now. Yeah, that's what really gets me. That's what, people are mad. There's there's a game coming out from Arc System Works that is one of these deduction games, and people are mad. It's like, oh, it's like you're playing ice, and I'm like, yeah, this is just kind of the natural progression of these deduction games. Like you're a cop, like, you know, you know, if you don't examine it and place it in an interesting way, you just get to cops. You just get to, you're a cop, and that's, you know, it's giving Call of Duty. Yeah, listen, I don't know. I got nothing. What do you call an iguana at the North Pole? My favorite flavor of sobe. Okay, well, it is a Call of Duty. Props for Half Mermaid going, hey, we should stop making cops versions of these. Yeah, because it just keeps Lost. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Because it's just like they're goofy, you know, and you can have goofy ones, but then it's like, we're starting to drift to cop. And Quarantine Zone was like, what if you were a cop? Like, what if you were an army cop? And I'm like, no, you lost me on this one. A dog, I don't know. I don't know anything about any of these. 6? Is that Call of Duty Black Ops 6? There's too many Call of Duties. There's too many Call of Duties. There's too many Call of Duty, just officially. If we want to save gaming, we need to stop Call of Duty. Matt, are you saying that I'm bad if I like Call of Duty? Yeah, a little bit. You know? Like, a little bit. Points for Gree. Gree deserves all the points. We've talked about this. I mean, even aside from it being owned by Microsoft, like even before that was a thing. Even before that was a problem. Off to a meeting. I hope your meeting goes well. Oh, I didn't see what you said, Sage. If you put a funny bone in water and boil it, it becomes a laughing stock. That's fun. That's good. I like that. I like that. I can't move in 3 different chats today talking about birthing babies. One of those is always birthing babies, and that's the problem. That's the problem. I like Call of Duty until Black Ops 3, and it all went down from there. That's what happens when you're in Matt M. Preg Calder's stream. I hate it. I hate it. I hate that this is a thing. I hate that this is a thing. All right. Let's get into more weird games. Let's get into more weird games. When we not? When y'all make me play non-weird stuff. When y'all make me play Persona 5 for 125 hours. If ever there's a you need your name in the credits of AAA games, I've got at least one. What do you mean no licenses? Oh, they took the demo down? Oh, well, that's fun. That's cool. I'm glad you took your demo down right before everybody's gonna be playing a bunch of demos. That's neat. That's neat and cool and good. Well timed. Thank you. All right. Demos on Steam are weird. People who limit the time for their demo is weird. Like, oh, but they can't have a demo because their game is out. They can still have a demo. Like, unless there's some weird Steam thing that says you can't have a demo if your game is out, which I don't think that is. Oh. Okay, well, okay, hang on. I'm gonna restart this because they decided to put a thing like right at the beginning.
Even, but kindness is an ember easily snuffed, and nobility is just a word. Some thought they could reason with him, others believed they could defeat him in battle. But they moved too late. With every battle, he took prisoners, for the Lich needs bodies and minds for his dark experiments.
Hey, I need more games to have captions.
Few could imagine where they were being dragged. The fortress. Now you are here. Another soul trapped in stone beneath his gaze, waiting. Struggle, yes. Escape if you can. If you prove worthy, perhaps fate will grant you a hand. Ours.
All right, so we're gonna check out the fortress. This is a kind of cool, this is a cool looking dark fantasy dungeon crawler. Hey, you know, I have styles of games that I like, and so I tend to find them. I don't know too much about it in terms of like systems and stuff, but I saw the store listing. It looked cool. Oh, we've got the sort. Okay, so we pick our starting equipment. Poppy. We could play the fighter, the sorcerer, or the assassin. And then there's more that show up. We have relics. Okay, we have to equip. Yeah, I don't know too much about what all these things mean, so we'll figure it out. I don't know. Here we go. Welcome to the fortress. You've chosen your weapons. Skill dice. Each turn 3 dice are required. Or 3 dice are rolled. So I can use it to, there's a typo. How much damage you have? I have my life bar and a soul flare. Unused dice charger hidden power at the end of each turn. There's an annoying little like blur effect on this that I really need. I need you to not weirdly blur text. I need to be able to read what's happening. I love visual effects as much as the next person. But Steam Dole angered me today. They allowed hate speech on one of the reviews listed. Answer isn't on Steam anymore, so you couldn't even guess it. So it's a 0% chance you get it right. I would have gotten it too, but I couldn't guess it. That's weird that they wouldn't put in filters. You know? It's weird they wouldn't put some kind of filter to, you know, the very basic sort of things that I ask developers of things to do is to do any sort of fucking care. Like, consider it for one fucking second, please. Increase the wits die, highest side by 1. Which one is my wits die? Probably the green one, because it's green. The empty side of the wits die gains the shield effect. I don't know what my wits dies look like. So yeah. That's fun. I can't read the text at all. The combination of dyslexia, font size, and color contrast. Yeah, this is like a real balance that people need to strike. Like, I really love vibes. I love when stuff has like a really strong style and all that stuff. I also really need the ability in a game to say, hey, what does this say? And the best games that I have found, the games that a lot of people will gravitate to, are the ones that at the end of the day, people can fucking read. Magic staff, great. Says you can't even get the answer. It was Fall Guys, but you can't even guess it. It's not listed on Steam anymore. Oh wow, that's a weird thing for them to do. Yeah, so yeah, they need better filtering and this is gonna hurt. Okay. Oh, that gets written. Okay, so this is kind of interesting. This is kind of like Dog Witch, where what you're doing is controlled by the dice that you roll. And that's kind of interesting. This is interesting and simple in a nice way, you know, simple in a straightforward way. I'm just gonna, yeah, there we go. Take you off the board, take you off the board. I hope there's some interactions we can unlock later. Like when there's games like this, I like upgrades in games, you know? I like being able to control my difficulty. We've talked about this a bunch. So when a game has this vibe that it's gonna kick my shit in, I always want the ability to say, okay, hey, but like, what if you didn't kick my shit in that bad? Please and thank you. Like, yeah, so I lose. We'll try again. We'll play as the fighter. Agility, mana, strength. They didn't call it the same thing. That's kind of annoying. That's kind of annoying that it's called two different things in different places. I'm gonna take out the green one because I have a bigger red die. I also don't know like what my dice look like. So when I get one of these things that's like, you know, it gives the empty side a thing, or it puts your biggest number higher, like, you know, what does that mean? What does that look like? So it's kind of this feels weird when it's just like, oh, I just don't do anything. Like, it's nice when I get a shield, when it's just like, oh, you don't get anything but you did get a shield. It's like, okay, cool. But it is, whoa, hello. Oh, yeah. It just feels weird in games when I lose because of not something I did. Do you know? It always feels weird when you lose in a game when you're just like, I didn't have the ability to win. But I love this design. I love this, I love the look. I love the vibe. I love that apparently sometimes I can crit, and that does something. You know, and it's like, oh yeah, I didn't get to use anything, so, you know, it's it charges up the thing, like, just use that. The empty side of the strength die gets the shield effect. I mean, I like that more. I like having shields, you know, more shields. More shields is good. Yeah, I don't want any of those. There's no real benefit to me for having bigger numbers when, if it's like I'm not rolling the thing that I want, give me you know, give me a shield effect.
I'm escaping.
And they're just standing there menacingly.
Hasn't been corrupted by capitalism.
Space! Saint, hello. Saint, hello. Oh. Oh, big boss. Saint, how you doing? How was your weekend? Glad that he has a shit ton of green. But that does mean I get to charge my my spell. Oh. Oh, that's a thing you get to do. That's fun. That's fun for you. Saint, I hope you had a good weekend. There we go. Weekend was decent, had a good Scum and Villainy game, did some job applications yesterday, including one I've been agonizing over for the past week. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, congrats, good job. Good job. Yeah, there you go, Fortress. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I don't hate this.
Some say he was once a noble.
I don't hate this. I think my biggest complaint is some of this stuff is a little like I don't know what the dice look like practically. And that makes taking equipment kind of weird. You know, and I recognize that part of this is a demo and that's fine. I also, and again, this is a demo. I'm only talking about what I can see and have access to. There seems to be no reason to take an equipment that gives you shield, because it makes your highest number +1, which doesn't help for the vast majority of what you're rolling on your dice. If it was +1 to the die, that would be great. That would be a great way to shore up some of your weaknesses or lean into your strengths. But saying that if instead of rolling a 4 on your D4, you roll a 5, that doesn't help me for every other thing that I roll. So maybe that's a thing that'll get added later. But yeah, that's kind of my immediate thoughts. That's kind of my immediate thoughts. But this is the Fortress. This was cool. I really like the style. And you know, the vibe that they're going for. There's apparently things that you can unlock that happen later. So yeah, Fortress.